niece.
And I'll tell you for the 1,000th time that I will marry your niece, and right soon too. Your niece is of age, Mr. Vandergelder. Your niece is consented to marry me. This is a free country, Mr. Vandergelder, not a private kingdom of your
There are no free countries for fools, Mr. Pepper. I thank you for the honor of your visit. Good morning.
Mr. Vandergelder, will you please sit still for 1 minute? If I cut your throat, it'll be practically unintentional.
Ermengarde is not for you nor for anybody else who can't support her.
I tell you I can't support her. I make a very good living.
No, sir. A living is made, Mr. Kipper, by selling something that everybody needs at least once a year.
Yes, but...
Yes, sir. And a million is made by producing something that everybody needs every day. You artists produce something that nobody needs any.
That's not true.
You may sell a picture once in a while, but you'll make no living. Joe, go call Cornelius. I want to speak to him.
Not only can I support her now, but I have considerable expectations.
Expectations? We merchants don't do business with them. I don't keep account for people who promise me something, somehow, someday, and I don't allow my niece to marry such people. No, Mr. Kepper. You go back to your studio, and when you finish painting your sunset on the Hudson, why don't you try hope feeding a family, or how about love melting a snowbank? There's a subject for you.
Very well, Mr. Vandergelder. From now on, you may as well know that any way me and Ermengarde can find to get married is right and fair. Ermengarde is of age, and there is no law.
Law? Let me tell you something, Mr. Kemper. The law is there to prevent crime. We men of sense are there to prevent foolishness. And it is I, not the law, that will prevent Ermengarde from marrying you. And I've taken some steps already. I've sent her away.
You sent her away?
Yes, to get this nonsense out of her head.
Ermengarde's not here?
Oh, you can find her at Peekskill or Albany, or try Syracuse or Utica. I thank you for the honor of your visit.
Everything's ready, Mr. Vandergelder. I've just finished packing the trunk. Ermengarde's been helping me.
Hold your tongue.
Yes, Mr. Vandergelder, her trunk's all marked. Here, Miss Van Houston, 8 Jackson Street, New York.
Heaven's damnation. Didn't I tell you it was a secret?
Here, Miss Van Houston, 8 Jackson Street, New York. Thank you very much. Good morning, Mr. Vandergelder.
It won't help you, Mr. Kemper. Deaf! I guess you could be the favor of being mute.
Such a temper. Lord save us.
Yes, Mr. Vandergelder?
Go and get my niece's trunk ready and carry it over to the station.
Yes, Mr. Vandergelder.
Wait! Gertrude! Has Mrs. Levi arrived yet?
You don't have to shout. I can hear perfectly well. Certainly the labels for luggage are ready.
Have the buggy brought round to the front of the store in half an hour.
Yes, Mr. Vandergelder.
This afternoon I'm going to New York. When I come back, I'm going to do some changes. I'm thinking of promoting you. How old are you?
33, Mr. Vandergelder.
What?
33.
That all? That's a foolish age to be at. I thought you were 40.
No, I'm 33.
A man's not worth a cent until he's 40. We just pay him wages to make mistakes, don't we, Joe?
You almost lost an ear on, Mr. Vandergelder.
I'm thinking of promoting you to chief clerk.
What am I now, Mr. Vandergelder?
You're an impertinent fool, that's what you are. Now, if you behave yourself, I'll promote you from impertinent fool to chief clerk, with a raise in your wages. Maybe I'll promote Barnaby from idiot apprentice to incompetent clerk.
Thank you, Mr. Vandergelder.
However, I want to speak to you again before I go. Go on and get my niece's trunk ready.
Yes, Mr. Vandergelder.
The world's getting crazier every minute, Joe. Like my father used to say, the horse will be taking over the world soon. Fine.
I did what I could, Mr. Vandergelder, while you flying in out of the chair.
Fine job, Joe. Same fine job you've done me for 20 years. Joe, I have reasons for looking my best today. Isn't there something a little extra you do? You know, something a little special?
Yeah?
I'll pay you right at the 50 cents, see what I mean? Here's some of the things to do to the young fellas. Touch me up, smarten me up a bit.
All I know is 15 cents worth, like usual, Mr. Vandergelder. And that includes everything that's decent to do to a man.
Well, now, hold your horses, Joe. All I know was that...
I've shaved you for 20 years, and you've never asked me no such question before. And I know...
Hold your horses, I say, Joe. I'm going to tell you a secret. But I don't want you to tell that riffraff down at the barbershop, but I'm going to tell you now. The reason I want to look my best today is because I'm planning on getting married again. And this afternoon I'm going to New York to call on my intended, a very fine lady.
You getting married is none of my business, Mr. Vandergelder. I've done everything to I know, and the charge is 15 cents, like it always wasn't. I don't dye no hair. Not even 50 cents I don't.
Joe Scanlon, get out.
And lastly, it looks to me like you're pretty rash to judge which is fools and which isn't fools, Mr. Vandergelder. People that's ate onions is bad judges of who's ate onions and who ain't. Good morning, ladies. Good morning, Mr. Vandergelder.
The world's getting crazier. The asylums can't hold them all. They're flooding the country. Well, what do you want?
Uncle, you said you wanted to talk to me.
Gertrude. Gertrude! Tell me the minute Mrs. Levi gets here.
No, Mrs. Levi is not here.
I know. Go wait for her.
Yes. Ermengarde ate her breakfast. All gone.
Just go.
What? Ah, yes. Ermengarde's full. Lord have mercy.
Ermengarde, I had a talk with that artist of yours.
You did?
Yes, I did. He's a fool. Weeping. You can go down and weep for a while in New Ermengarde. Ermengarde. I told him that when you were old enough to marry, you'd marry someone who could support you. I've done you a good turn. You'll come and thank you when you're 50.
But Uncle, I love him.
I tell you, you don't.
But I do.
And I tell you, you don't. Leave those things to me.
If I don't marry Ambrose, I know I'll die.
What of?
A broken heart.
Never heard of it. Mrs. Levi is coming in a moment to take you to New York. You'll be staying 2 or 3 weeks with Miss Van Heusen, an old friend of your mother's. You're not to receive any letters except from me. Who are you?
Malachi Stack, Your Honor. The young man up front told me to just come right back. I heard you wanted an apprentice in the hay feed provision and hardware business.
An apprentice of yours. Ermengarde! Are you ready to start?
Yes.
Well, go and get ready some more. And tell me the minute Mrs. Levi gets here. Have you any letters of recommendation?
Yes, indeed, Your Honor. First-class recommendations.
I don't want an able C man, nor a typesetter. I don't want a hospital cook.
No, Your Honor, but it's all an experience. Excuse me. This one is from your former partner, Joshua Van Tool in Albany.
Oh, Van Tool. For the most part, honest, reliable, occasionally willing and diligent. There seems to be a certain amount of hesitation about these recommendations.
Businessmen aren't writers, Your Honor. There's only one businessman in 1,000 that's like, they can write a good letter of recommendation, Your Honor. Mr. Van Tool sends his best wishes and wants to know if you can use me in the provision.
Not so fast, not so fast. Tell me, why did you come to Yonkers?
Well, I heard you'd had an apprentice that was a good for nothing, and that you were at your wits' end for another.
Wits end, wits end. There's no dearth of good for nothing.